Let's make the beginner rock friend blanket. I'm going to take the longest piece of cord, find the middle. Here's the middle. Then take your another piece of cord, fold it in half, find the center, place it right in the middle of the base cord, pull the two ends down and underneath and up and through the loop, and pull those through. And then pull it tight like that. You can take these this piece of cord down if you would like to do that. And that is called a lark's head knot. And we are going to do that 4 more times. Take another piece of cord, fold it in half. Take the loop, put it over the base cord, pull the ends down and under and up through the loop. And then pull it tight. Okay, we're going to do that with the remaining 3 cords. We're going to leave a little space between each lark head's knot, just a little space. Right, here they are, the 5 cords hanging down with the lark's head knots, and each cord has 2 working cords hanging down. We're also going to pull the end base cords right into our working cords, so that gives us 12 working cords. We're going to use, for this pattern, a square knot. It's a really good knot to use, to learn, and it's fun looking too when you're done. It uses 4 cords, so we're going to have 3 square knots across our first row. And there are 2 steps. So here's the first step. You take the left cord, go over the 2 middle cords, you could call them the filler cords. Take that 4th cord here, go over this cord and underneath the 2 filler cords, like so. See that? And then up through this loop, pull that up through, and then you pull. Might need to pull down on the filler cords a bit, especially since we're just getting started. And that is the first step. Now the second step, we take the furthest most cord now, this cord, the 4th cord in line right now, go over the 2 filler cords, the 2 middle cords, and we take the first cord, right, working cord, go over that cord underneath the 2 filler cords and up through that loop on the right side. And you see this fun little design that it made, and you pull those 2 cords, and look at that. That is called a square knot. Isn't it cool? Some tape down to hold this base as we work. All right, we're going to use the next 4 cords to make another square knot. This is good practice for this knot. So take the left cord over the 2 middle filler cords, 4th cord over and under the 2 filler cords, and up and through and pull. Like that. And then 4th cord on right now, over the filler cords, this first cord, over and under the filler cords and up through that loop, and pull. like so. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to take off this piece of tape so we can bring this down. Left cord over the 2 fiddler cords, over that cord, under the fiddler cords, and up through the loop. And pull. And take that rightmost cord over the 2 filler cords, the left cord over and under and through, up and through. There's that cool design again. Isn't that cool? Isn't that awesome? With practice, this gets fast, but it takes practice. Now we're going to alternate that pattern. So this first row has 3 square knots, and the second row, we're going to skip the first 2 chords and use the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th chords to make a square knot, and then the next 4 chords to make the second square knot. So the next row will have 2 square knots and not use the first 2 chords and the last 2 chords. And we're going to alternate that pattern. We're going to do 3 square knots, 2 square knots, 3 square knots, 2 square knots, and then 3 square knots again. And then it's the end of the blanket, and we just tie off the ends and cut our fringe, and it makes this nice blanket for our friend or a rock creature. Also can make a good bed. All right, let's make the second row. We skip the first 2 chords. Take that first chord in the 4 chords we're using for this knot. Go over the 2 middle filler chords. Take the 4th chord over and under and up through that hole there and pull tight. Well, not too tight, just pull up against the top knots, and then the 4th chord over to the 2 filler chords, the 1st chord over and under and up through. Here we go. All right, and the next 4 chords. Let's do that again. Take that 1st chord over the 2 middle filler chords, over and under and through. And pull. Take the 4th chord in over the 2 filler chords, the 1st chord over and under and up and through, and pull. And there it is again. Look at that. Cool, huh? Look what we can do with it. Okay, and that is the trick to this pattern. 3 square knots, 2 square knots, then in the 3rd row we'll do 3 square knots, then the 2 square knots, then the 3 square knots again. And then, so let's do that, and then we'll talk about how to finish this blanket. Here it is, the 3, 2, 3, 2, 3 square knots pattern. Now it's time to finish. We're going to do a big overhand knot using 4 cords in a bundle for each end. So there'll be 3 chunky pieces, chunky knots, and then we're just gonna cut it so it's a little fringe hanging down, and it's all done. Cool, huh? All right, so I'm gonna pull this up. Might wanna, at this point, if the cords are really long, cut part of them off. You still wanna have a good length. Like so, to tie that knot like this. This is a good length. So I'm going to take all 4 cords, wrap it around my finger. I put my thumb in there to hold so the hole open, and then I put all 4 ends right in through there like that. It makes this really cool chunky looking knot when it's pulled tight. And then pull tight. Let's see. I can pull it down away from that last square knot away a little bit. And then pull again. Pull again. Here. We're going to do that 2 more times. I'm going to wrap those 4 cords around my fingers. In through the loop. Make sure you count all 4 there. Okay, and then pull tight. Oop, it's a little bit far down. This is easy to undo and do again, which is nice. If it doesn't land right where you would like it to be, oh, it's pulled right up nicely. So good. And then the last one. Tie that last knot. I'm just going to cut the ends even so it looks even. Like so. And here it is. Blanket. It could also be a bed. Oh, a little pillow.